Lie to survive, real world examples with a script so you're prepared. You're on the elevator in the building that you live in, the doors open, and a really strange looking man gets on and immediately asks if you live there. Reply, nope, just in town visiting a bunch of friends I went to college with. No, I'm just in town visiting my 3 brothers. No, I'm meeting my boyfriend and all of his friends. You're in an Uber, a taxi, or a Lyft, and the driver looks in the rearview mirror and says, am I taking you home? Nope, you're actually taking me to my brother's house. No, you're actually dropping me off at my boss's house. He's having a business party. No, you're dropping me off at my uncle's house. He's actually a former Marine. You're sitting in a coffee shop trying to get some work done, and a really creepy guy comes over to you and says, what's a girl like you doing here all alone? You can say, I'm waiting on my boyfriend. He'll be here any second. I'm actually not alone. My boyfriend works here. Just leaving. My dad and 2 brothers are picking me up. Now let's say you're on a work trip, you're solo, and you decide to go have a drink in a bar. You're approached by a really strange man, and he says, does anybody know that you're here? You use the same lie. Yes, my boyfriend. He's the bartender. Or you can say bouncer, depending on where you are. Remember that somebody with nefarious intentions is looking for an easy target, so don't be one. And I know some of you will say that no is a complete sentence or be rude, but let me tell you something that's very important. You're lying to de-escalate a situation, to prevent it from blowing up altogether. And the reason that I always plug in a male figure is because that is intimidating to them. Now, should it be this way? Absolutely not. But unfortunately, in the world that we live in, it is. And lie to survive is something that I've personally practiced since I was a really, really young girl. To reiterate, that lie that you're serving in a very nice way is to try to just escape the situation unscathed. The lie is used as a first line of defense. The lie is meant to get you out of a situation safely. Now, with that said, if the lie doesn't work, if the creeper doesn't leave you alone, you need to get help. That's when you go to the next step. I always talk about layers of defense. So if your cover's blown and that person knows that you lied, you don't care anymore. Now you're in a situation where you do whatever you have to do to be safe. You now want to find a way to safely leave, and remember, never leave alone. Go up to the bartender, ask somebody that works there to walk you to your car, call your dad, call your guy friends, call your boyfriend if you have one. Don't leave alone. Remember that I teach Lie to Survive because there's actually a psychology behind lying. Being nice and lying does not mean that you're not being assertive and confident. Remember that you can do both. Key lies to remember. You're never alone. You're always expecting somebody. You don't live alone, even if you do. Lie to Survive can apply to so many different situations in life.